So welcome back guys, my name is Amlan and in today's Make Noise Free campaign we go about looking at how we can use the Storyline software to create user interactive e-modules. Now this is going to be a series of tutorials, so fasten your seatbelts as we learn this very exciting tool and which is now widely used by industry players to create e-modules. So look at the promising aspects of having a wonderful e-module that goes about explaining maybe a certain product or certain software or anything that you may conceive using the Storyline software. Now, before we begin, it's very important that we first install the Storyline package on our systems. Now, for doing that, we need to first head towards the Articulate website. Now, the Storyline tool that's used to create like user interactive modules is actually a package of Articulate which has similar many packages, but the Storyline also happens to be one. So first we go to the Articulate website. Here we need to create an account and we need to download the free trial. So for doing this I need to click on start free trial and here I need to put in my credentials. Now please do note that these are the Articulate website credentials that you are now creating for future login purposes. Now the first of the fields speak about a workspace email ID. This can also be a Gmail ID. So I have, for the purposes of this tutorial, created a brand new Gmail ID which I will be now using for logging into my Articulate account. Now again, you are supposed to put in new credentials, or basically you are creating an account with an Articulate Storyline. So just remember all the things that you put here, because in upcoming logins you will be required to put in this credentials again. So just do this. I'll just give a demo here because this is not really the one which belong to me. So once I do this, I click on start free trial and you will see that it says that a link will be sent to my workspace email ID. Now, like I told before, I already created one. So if you see, I have actually now received a verification link and it says that we just need you to click on the link below to verify your email address. I do this and there you go. This link has now been verified and it says get started. Now when I click on get started, it will prompt me for certain answers to quizzes. So it basically wants to know what I would be requiring to use the tool for. So it asks me what describes your role in the organization. Well, I create courses. What do you create courses for? Well, I create courses for sales, customer success. Yes. How many potential learners will your company courses reach? In my case, it's maybe between 300 to 1000 people. Have you used the Articulate Storyline or Articulate products before? Yes, I have, and I don't need support. So once you do this, you have answered your quizzes and everything. Now they again prompt you to log into the Articulate website. Remember, I told you that you need to register your credentials or store it someplace. Now you are required to put in, so you are also required to now put in your password. So just now we filled in the form, right? So we'll just put in the password which we had kept and I click on sign in. Now once I click on sign in, voila, I am within the Articulate homepage. It takes a little time to load, but you will see that it shortly loads and it gives me a lot many options. Now here is basically my name. It tells me that this trial version is free to use for 31 days and 31 days is basically a lot of time for you to get your hands wet on this tool. See if you like it. If you think it's really cool, you may consider upgrading and you can create some amazing user interactive modules. Now it's not just Storyline, they also have Rise, they have Review, they have Reach. So they have quite few many different packages. But yes, we want to learn Storyline. And how do I get a desktop shortcut version? Well, I scroll right at the bottom. I see it tells me, well, are you looking for Storyline 360? Yes, I am. So download the desktop apps. Okay. So now when I click on that, it opens a pop-up box with the different packages here. But obviously, I don't see any individual anything. So which means that if I click on download, I get an executable file which contains all these packages. So okay, I click on download and there you go. The download started and there you go. It's the executable version is getting done and there you go, it's done. Now I need to run the executable file. So the executable file, whichever has come, it basically will contain desktop versions for all these packages, right? So I need to run this executable file. So I simply double click on this and it says it will install Articulate 360 on your computer. Well, that's what we want to do, right? Yes, let us have this installed. So there you go, Articulate 360 is getting installed on our systems. And in a few moments, it will be installed and there you go. It says Articulate 360 was successfully installed. When I click on finish, you will see that it will actually also again now have the Articulate 360 small desktop version out here. Like I can see this is now come here and it tells me sign in to Articulate 360. So once I click on finish, not only do I have this small little desktop version of Articulate 360 appearing here, I also have this pop-up box which says sign in to Articulate 360. And again, it tells me that you have to start over. You have to again once go to the browser. So please don't get confused. It just is a kind of recertification that you have logged in with the correct credentials. So, okay. Now I basically head towards the site. It tells me open Articulate 360 and I click on this. So just a few moments. And we have actually logged into Articulate 360. You will be prompted to put in your credentials, and once you do that, you will see that the pop-up box for this Articulate 360 will actually show your all the different packages. So you see Storyline 360 here, Studio, this, that. For me, it's Storyline 360 that I want to install, right? So I click on that. I wait for Storyline 360 to be installed. You can go ahead and install the other ones also. But for the purposes of this tutorial and for the series, we will be learning about Storyline 360. So I go about installing Storyline 360. We pause here for a few moments until Storyline 360 gets installed. Now here you can see that the Storyline software has been installed and it's asking me to open. But what I want is a small little desktop icon for Storyline so that anytime when I decide to open up Storyline, I can have that small little desktop icon for Storyline. So because it's a program file that's been installed, what I can do is I can go to my PC, I can go to my Windows C drive, and here inside program files, I go to Articulate, and this is basically all different packages of Articulate, and I can see Storyline as a folder has come up, and I can see that it has a small little cute desktop icon kind of a thing. I kind of copy this and I paste it in my desktop, and there you go. Articulate Storyline 360 has come neatly here, much like like the different other softwares which I have. So now that we have done all of this, I actually want to go ahead and click the boom button, I mean the Storyline button, so that this software opens up. Now we are on our first stages of creating something wonderful. So before we do any of that, we wanted to install the package itself. So this tutorial was all about installing the package so that now you start to understand what are the different components in the tool. So for the very first time, well, we have put our feet on Mars. Now this is how the software looks like. Now please don't get overwhelmed. Let it not frighten you. Just think about the first times you opened up PowerPoint or Word or Excel or something like that. And maybe it was a little scary at first, but now when you start thinking about you, I mean, they have become your best friends, right? So here also, like this is how the interface looks. It's very similar to any of the other Microsoft Office packages. So you have like in Excel, new file, and import is like okay, open from something. So, well, we look at all of this. I just wanted to click on this new project thing because this is the start of something special. as we make any of product awareness tutorials or any other thing, this is basically where the magic begins. So from this, we go to anywhere that we can conceive and we can dream of. This is referred to as the story view, and like within the story, there is this certain scene containing slides or pages. I double click on this, and well, something like PowerPoint shows up, something like a slide shows up. But well, let's not kind of go here. I mean, we discuss this in detail, a lot of detail in our upcoming tutorials, but this is what I want you guys to do. First, go ahead and install the Storyline trial version and bring it till here. And as we go forward, understanding each component in detail, I wanted you to absorb, at least know how you can install the trial version and run it, fire it on your systems. So that's all from my side. If you enjoy our work, if you like our work, kindly consider subscribing. Please do share this with your friends and family, and to anyone who would be wanting to make some amazing user interactive modules using Articulate Storyline 360. It's me, Amlan, signing off.